Hi everyone, I'm Allison Godlove. Welcome to day 2 of AGD 2023 live from Las Vegas. We're at the world-renowned Caesars Palace located right in the heart of Las Vegas. And we're so excited to be sharing some of the exciting things that are happening for you right here on Facebook Live for day 2. I'm standing outside of one of the participation courses here at the premier meeting for general dentistry. And this education session is titled The New Era of Glass Ionomer, a hands-on experience. And we have the speaker with us now, Dr. Josh Austin. Thank you so much for talking with us.
How are you? Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. So tell us about this class today.
Yeah, so glass ionomer is kind of one of the forgotten restorative materials. We talk a lot about composite, we talk a lot about ceramics, but glass ionomer rarely gets used, and it's an amazing material, particularly for our people who are high caries risk, our geriatric patients, pediatric patients, and so it has a wide variety of uses. And we've seen some great new iterations of glass ionomer over the last 5-10 years, and so it's about bringing that knowledge to dentists and helping them see, hey, we do have another option in tooth-colored restorations in their practice.
So when somebody comes to this course today, what can they take away right after they leave and then head back to their cities?
Yeah, a full update on what's the newest materials in glass ionomer. What do these materials do better than their predecessors before? When do we use them? What the indications are and what the literature says. And then we get a chance to try them hands-on on typodonts in different applications, seeing which way works best in their hands. So hopefully they can go back into their office next week and start performing some of these procedures on their patients.
Why do you think it's important for dentists to come to these scientific sessions at AGD?
I love the AGD. I'm wearing my mastership pen right here. It's the thing I'm most proud of that I've achieved in dentistry. And coming to these sessions lets you get your participation hours so you can work towards that mastership. So working towards those award levels, fellowship, mastership, a great way to do that is to come to the actual AGD meeting, take your fellowship review course, take your fellowship exam, get some participation hours going so that you can get one step closer to getting that MAGD, which is all of our goals.
Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We're going to let you go get ready for your session.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Joining me now is Dr. Eric Baugh. He's attending this session today. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. So talk to me a little bit about why you chose this class.
This class, this is a great opportunity to learn new materials. Okay, in dentistry, you have materials that change constantly, and this is a great opportunity to learn new techniques. Get your hands wet with new materials so you can take them home and benefit our patients.
Yeah. That's a great thing that you can do this session and then go home and put it to work. So talk about why these scientific sessions are important to participate in when you come to AGD.
Well, for all dentists, we have to maintain a certain level of competencies. Maintaining our licenses by attending these events. So for me in the military, it's great to come here to connect with other services, other peers, other comrades that we've worked with. But the big thing is to learn new techniques, new materials that we can take to our home stations and apply there.
Well, thank you for talking with us. We're going to let you go enjoy the session.
Good. Thank you.
And we're going to take you inside so you can get a look at the session as well.
Composite, right? It's a fairly technique-sensitive procedure. And I had never picked up a handpiece before outside of a sim lab or a pre-clinic, right? So I was gonna, I told him, hey, I'm gonna do this, and he just kind of looked at me and laughed and said, okay, just let me know how it goes. Which is not his typical style. So of course I do the deal, I try to put on a rubber dam, don't know what the heck I'm doing, trying to put on like a 212 clamp on these class 5 non-caries cervical lesions, end up making the field way worse, end up taking off the rubber dam. We've all been there, right? We've all experienced. Then it comes time to put the materials in, right? To put the Fuji 2 in. And I can't handle it for anything. It's going all over the place. We had never done glass ionomer in sim lab. I didn't know how to mix it. I didn't know how to handle it. It's everywhere but the tooth is where the glass ionomer is, right? It's dripping from the ceiling. It's everywhere. And it's a disaster. And at some point he comes in and he looks in and he's like, are you ready to decide that maybe we should have done this a different way today? In his like very typical Overton tone that was like kind of talking down to you a little bit, but also kind of like your dad razzing you, right? He's like, yes, Dr. Overton. And so then Dr. Overton sits down and he just masterfully does these class 5 cervical composites, right? And they look great. And it's like, okay, lesson learned. Like, let's not try to get out over our skis and be more complex than we are. But the other lesson that I learned that day is that glass ionomer sucked. They were terrible. They looked bad. They stuck to your instrument. You couldn't get them where you wanted. never going to do a glass ionomer again. And I didn't. For about 12 or 13 years, I never picked up a glass ionomer. Went to work as an associate in a dental practice, never placed a glass ionomer there. Opened my own dental practice a few years after that. Didn't order any glass ionomer, didn't have any. Had no need for it. Why would I waste any money on something I wasn't going to use? But at some point I realized, as we saw some new glass ionomer technologies coming out, that was not a good way to practice, right? That there were upsides to using glass ionomer, and as some new generations of glass ionomer came out, it became evident to me that glass ionomers are a great thing for us to use in our practice. Are they panacea? Can we use them everywhere? No, of course not. They have their applications, but their applications are brilliant. Where a glass ionomer is indicated, it works incredibly well. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the advantages of using glass ionomers for restorative material. I think glass ionomers are the forgotten restorative material. We all pine for the days of amalgam, which we know are on the outs, right? We're not going to be around much longer. We all use resin composite multiple times a day, every single day, but the thing that gets overlooked is glass ionomer. And I think that's to the detriment of our patients. I think there's absolutely great indications to use this for our practice. That's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to go through a few techniques and a few different materials. Some newer materials that you may not have had a chance to play with before, that have some new chemistries, that have some differences to them versus the old glass ionomers that you may have learned with in dental school, right? So let's talk about advantages to glass ionomers, because there are many. There are many. Oftentimes in dentistry, when we talk about adhesive dentistry, we talk about the B word. We talk about bonding, right? When we do a class 2 composite, we're bonding, right? We do resin veneers, we're bonding. So what kind of bond is it when we bond composite to tooth? Does anybody know? Is it an ionic bond? Is it a covalent bond? Is it van der Waals forces? Those are all the things I remember from chemistry right there, right? That's it. That's all of them. That's 4 years of undergrad chemistry wrapped up into 3 words. No, of course it's not chemically bonding, it's not ionically bonding. It's micromechanical retention, right? But we use the word bonding. Ironically, there's only one thing that we have in dentistry that ionically bonds to tooth. To dentin, it's glass ionomer, right? It is glass ionomer. So when we talk about bonding, the only time we're really bonding is when we have GI in our hands. That's it. Now we use the word bonding colloquially to talk about, obviously, micromechanical retention, but really the only thing that bonds to tooth is glass ionomer. It has an ionic bond to dentin. If you look at the literature, it says somewhere between 10 and 13 megapascals. So it's not a 70 megapascal bond strength, right? But to dentin, well-conditioned dentin, it actually holds up pretty well. I'm going to show you a slide later of a class 5 Equiaforte, so a glass ionomer restoration that I did. The patient got recurrent decay on the distal, ended up having to prep a crown prep for. And of course, we've all been prepping crown preps and had whatever restoration that was there before just chunk right out. And I literally prepped that entire crown prep and the equia was still in it, right? So this stuff bonds well to tooth structure, right? It's a different kind of bond. It's not micromechanical retention. This is literally an ionic bond, right? It's great. The coefficient of thermal expansion of glass.
And it is day 2, which means we have another full day of a contest for you to participate. So today's clue is members. Again, the clue for today is members. So be sure to send your contact information and that clue word, members, to marketingdept@agd.org. We're going to be back again with you around 10 a.m. this morning. We'll see you then.